What's going on, guys? This is Chaz here, and today I'm bringing you my relegation match for the PPL. So basically what's happened is in the PPL league that I'm in, I have two divisions, Division 1 and Division 2. And because we came third in Division 2, we have a chance to move up into Division 1. So the first two teams have automatically moved up, and the bottom two teams from Division 1 have moved down, and then we have to play third last in Division 1 for a spot in D1 next season. And that person we are playing is none other than wracking. So the team that he could be bringing, I don't have a screenshot of it because I'm bad, is Infernape, Hydreigon, Tentacruel, Mamoswine, Azelf, Steelix, Whimsicott, Rotomo, I believe, and something else which didn't factor in. Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is like his only Pokemon. So, a very, very offensive draft in general. He does have a little bit of bulk, but a lot of it doesn't have reliable recovery. Mandibuzz is basically his only reliable Pokemon, and I have a few things which can actually destroy Mandibuzz, so that's nice. Main thing you notice is his only fairy is Whimsicott, which isn't particularly powerful and has that 4 times weakness to poison, so that basically explains the entire first set you see there, which is a calm-minding, physically defensive Sableye with Poison Jab just to hit the Whimsicott, and then max physically defensive, relaxed nature because I don't need any speed, Prankster on the first turn, Magic Bounce after that. Just so I can, basically at +2, nothing on his team can 2-hit KO Sableye. It just lives everything, and I can recover, I can Shadow Ball. Basically if I can get to +6, I can start actually doing damage to things. I was a little bit concerned about him potentially bringing Psych up Mandibuzz, but figured I'd work around whatever his checklist thing was when it came out. Pretty standard Sableye, just gonna tank every hit he throws at it. It's my main answer. Mamoswine, you'll notice I'm not carrying Will-O-Wisp, because I'm expecting him to bring on all of his physical attackers like Lumberry or Sub. He has an Infernape which I can't burn anyway, so my best answer against most of them is to go for damage and just go for Shadow Ball. Once I get to +2 I can start really hurting things like Mamoswine and Infernape. Not so much Hydreigon obviously, but a lot of other things. Next Mon I am bringing is Choice Scarf Darm, because he has 0 switches, like absolutely none. His best hope is Mandibuzz, and a physically defensive Mandibuzz is still 2-hit KO'd. I believe even without Rocks, but with Stealth Rocks it's an easy 2-hit KO with Rock Slide. Flareblitz U-turn Rock Slide superpower, because even though Tentacruel is a thing, Flareblitz still does like 48% I think maximum. After Rocks it just dies, and Tentacruel doesn't have reliable recovery, so it's relatively easy to wear down. I think I did have a bit of 4 move slot syndrome. I was rotating around between wanting Earthquake and Rock Slide and Superpower. Basically, I couldn't decide which ones I wanted. This is what I ended up going with. I think I even had it regened because I had Earthquake on the one that I genned, and then maybe it was just a TM move. I can't remember, but I remember changing it on my DS at one point. I also changed the name of Darmanitan for this week, purely because Raya names his Infernape Fire Monkey, and Darmanitan is just a better version of Infernape. Not actually in the slightest, but it's basically just me doing some terrible shit talking. Next one I'm bringing is another surprise Scarfer, because I like doing this to people. Is bringing a Scarf they don't expect and just wrecking their faces with it. And that is fully physical Nidoqueen, with Crunch, Superpower, Poison Jab and Earthquake. Crunch basically for Azelf, Superpower for Mamoswine and Hydreigon. Poison Jab and Earthquake because they're stabbed, they hit things really hard. Poison Jab does a lot to the likes of Mandibuzz. Earthquake destroys. Poison Jab also destroys obviously Whimsicott, Rotomo. Earthquake does a metric fuck ton to Tentacruel, to Infernape, to a lot of things basically just die to this Nidoqueen. And part of the advantage of Choice Scarf is I'll force Infernape to go for whatever priority move it has, which Nidoqueen can tank, and proceed to destroy it. Now, next one I've talked about a couple of calcs after Rocks, so I had to bring a Stealth Rocker, and I decided on Celebi. I've gone with a offensive Celebi with, obviously speed creeping. I believe that's, so I haven't actually explained my investment on the last 2 months I noticed. This is enough speed to outspeed, I can't remember what. I would guess base 80s. I don't actually know what this is to outspeed. So outspeed to outspeed something. It must be base 80s. I can't remember what base 80s he has on his team. But yeah, that's what the speed's for. I'm great at this, aren't I? Speed on Nidoqueen is so I can outspeed his fastest mon if it's not scarfed. Also allows me to outspeed some slower things if he decides to bring a weird scarf up. It's basically there because I can't remember his fastest mon is. I think it's Azelf. I need this much investment to outspeed a timid Azelf with my scarf. So yeah. Celebi, I decided not to run enough speed for Hydreigon because I thought it would most likely be scarfed anyway. So I ran. Yeah, it must be speed for base 80s. I can't remember what base 80 has. Mamoswine, of course. Must speed for Mamoswine. And then the rest in bulk just as I can, with Energy Ball and Dazzling Gleam, because that coverage does quite a bit to his team. Dazzling Gleam obviously hits Mandibuzz and Hydreigon, which will hopefully be his main two switches to this. I didn't really need Psychic Stab, like it helps against Tentacruel, but I can kind of work around it. Stealth Rock, because I want Stealth Rocks up, and Healing Wish, so I can abuse the fuck out of Darmanitan, then Healing Wish back into it, and continue abusing the fuck out of Darmanitan, because he does not have a reliable switch into it. Next mon is Assault Vest Goodra, so much more standard Goodra. I'm running Gooey, so if he tries to knock off or if he tries to, go for U-turn or anything, I'll be able to slow something down. Obviously U-turn won't help, but whatever. 20 EVs in speed to outspeed anything trying to speed creep me, like I'm invested Goodra. And also I think it was, like I'm pretty sure Mandibuzz is base 80, I think. And so I wanted to make sure I outsped that. I don't think he'll run much speed investment. He might run 4 EVs, it might go to the point of running 12, so I put 20 because I don't need the bulk quite as much. Draco, because it's spammable, hits a lot of things really, really hard. Flamethrower, specifically for Whimsicott and Steelix. I originally had Sludge Wave, but I don't actually need it. Flamethrower does enough to Whimsicott. It also, as I said, hits Steelix. Can also do more damage to things like Mamoswine on the switch if I get my prediction wrong, that kind of thing. Earthquake specifically for Tentacruel, and Thunderbolt because it hits Mandibuzz, it hits Tentacruel. So it basically picks apart his ball core. I don't need anything specifically to hit Azelf because Draco just OHKOs it. A lot of other things Draco just destroys, so yeah. I don't know if this can live a Draco from Hydreigon, but it'll probably bring physical coverage to deal with it anyway because it's a Goodra, that's what people do. Yeah. So that's the end of the Goodra set. Last one is physically defensive Togekiss. Surprisingly enough, can basically 1v1 Mamoswine with Aura Sphere. Can 1v1 Hydreigon, any variant really. I can live a hit and Dazzling Gleam just OHKOs. That's basically it. I didn't feel like I needed to run any coverage for the likes of Whimsicott or anything, because it's not a great switch into me. Baton Pass is there for momentum, boost for recovery, and super luck because I don't need Serene Grace for anything, it doesn't help me at all. So I figured I might as well get a crit and really piss him off, and get some good damage off that way. And then again, 12 in speed because if someone wants to outspeed a min speed 80, I can deal with that. The EVs didn't particularly help anywhere else, so might as well put them in speed. So I will get into the battle in just a second and then go through team preview and stuff. Alright, I am back with the battle. So you can see the team preview on screen there. He didn't bring things like Rotomow or Whimsicott. I didn't expect Rotomow or Steelix. I did expect Whimsicott, but he didn't bring it. So I guess one less problem to deal with. I didn't really expect him to bring Tentacruel, but it's there. I can deal with it. I have things that can destroy it. So looking at his team and the fact that he doesn't have Whimsicott, I decided to just lead off with my Sableye because it walls a decent chunk of his team. And if I get up 2 Calm Minds, I wall his entire team. So I figured, why not just lead with it? I probably won't be able to sweep. I imagine he'll have something like a Skill Swap Mon or an Acid Spray or something to stop it from completely sweeping him. But I decided to just go with it, get good chip damage off on everything. Plus I wanted to make a first turn anyway to prevent rocks going up, prevent him getting T-Spikes up or anything like that with Tentacruel. And he leads with Infernape, which I'm not really bothered about, so I stay in Mega Evolve here. I just click Shadow Ball first turn because I don't know what he wants to do to me. I'm expecting him to be physical, so I just go for damage, and he goes for Toxic. Turns out he forgot or didn't realize or whatever that Magic Bounce activates on the first turn. So I'm able to get a free Toxic onto this Infernape as well as a Shadow Ball, which does a good chunk of damage, about 30% plus the Toxic that brings him down quite low already. So I decided to stay in and go for Calm Mind. If he's special, a flamethrower, a neutral flamethrower plus a flamethrower at +1 will not take me out, so I just go for Calm Mind, seeing what he wanted to do. And he switches out into Tentacle, so I'm expecting this thing to maybe have Acid Spray, or maybe he's going to fish for a Scald Burn or whatever. So in the original game, he got a burn here, but we had a disconnect later. So we decided what we were going to do is just replay every turn as it happened, and not, worry about particular bits of hacks. We could have gone, alternating Scalds and Recovers until he burned me, but we did the way we decided to do it. We did have a chat about that. So he goes into Hydreigon here as I just recover up because I was burned at the time. I was getting, to a lowish amount of health and wanted to keep my Sableye as healthy as possible. He brings in Hydreigon and just goes for U-turn. The original game he didn't get a crit here, but that doesn't particularly matter again because I just recover up. I wanted to scout what type of Hydreigon it was. He went for Draco. It wouldn't do too much because I'm at +1. Like, it would still do like 58%, but then I could recover, he'd be at -2, and then I could continue to set up in his face. But the calc actually shows me that this is most likely a physical Hydreigon. It definitely has a lot of investment. So he brings in Mamoswine and goes for Substitute, expecting me to try and burn it. I just go for Shadow Ball. A +1 Shadow Ball will 2 KO a uninvested Mamoswine, so that breaks a sub quite easily. It's guaranteed to break a sub even without +1. So I just keep clicking Shadow Ball here because I don't want Mamoswine behind a sub. If Mamoswine gets behind a sub, I kinda lose. Like, not completely, because Sableye is at full health. Bear in mind, in the original game, I was burned at this point, so I'm slowly taking chip damage, which was not looking good, because it would get to a point where Mamoswine would 2 carry me. So I click Shadow Ball twice there, bring this Mamoswine down to 62%, which is nice, because his leftovers. And here, he switches out back into his Hydreigon, and because I was getting burned, I was down at not a great amount of health, so I go for a cover to heal up, and because we were playing the game I had to go for a cover again, and I think this is where the game is live again. So he goes for U-turn again, because I think he just doesn't really have any good answer to this Tentacle, and to this Sableye. So he goes into Tentacle, so I decided to set up a Calm Mind, because Hydreigon can't 2 carry me if I'm not burnt. So now I'm at +2, and yeah, at this point nothing on the team 2 carries me, so that's nice. Given I have Recover, it means I can pretty much stall most things out. He goes to Scald. No burn, fortunately for me. I set up another Calm Mind, getting myself to +3, and at this point, he has absolutely no good way to deal with Sableye. A +3 Mega Sableye is terrifying for most teams, particularly one that doesn't have a Fairy. So he keeps fishing for this burn. I think this turn I actually recover up because I'm getting down reasonably low. No, I just go for Shadow Ball. So I'm just trying to get some damage on this Tentacle. Keep down relatively low. If I can get like a Spadef drop, you might want to switch out or that kind of thing. So bring him down to about half. He goes to Scald. Here I just recover up. I probably could have just kept Calm Minding up, honestly. Not that it really matters because I shut down his special attackers at the moment. Anyway, he gets the burn finally. I'm able to just recover up back to full. And yeah, Sableye is doing what Sableye does best, which is just not die to anything. So here, he stays in and goes around Scald. I think I just go for Shadow Ball for damage. No, I go for Calm Mind. So I'm now at +4. I think I needed +4 to be able to 2 carry this thing. Or, it's just good amount of boosts to have in general. And he's doing negligible damage with the Scald now. It's mainly the burn which is wearing me down. So at this point, I think he decides to pull a switch into his Hydreigon as I go for a cover. Just in case he goes crit Scald or something, I want to be as good amount of health. I just recover back up to full. Unfortunately, because of the burn, I'm not actually at full, but I can deal with it. And yeah, I'm kind of expecting him to just go for U-turn again, so I don't want to waste all my recovers, but this is the time he actually goes to Outrage. And this does a lot of damage. It wouldn't 2-hit KO except for the burn. So with the burn, he is actually going to be able to 2-hit KO with Outrage. If I'd gone for a cover, it wouldn't have changed anything. I would just have to recover stall because the burn is making it do more than I can recover back. Only just though. So here I switch out into my Togekiss because he's locked into Outrage and I know that. So if he gets, I don't think he can get a 3-turn Outrage if he becomes immune. He just goes straight to Fatigue. So I just click Baton Pass here because there is absolutely no way that this Hydreigon is going to stay in on me. And he goes out into the Tentacle as I Baton Pass out. And this is another point where I bluff the fuck out of the set. Because I believe I go into... No, I go into Goodra. I thought I went to Selby. Oh, I go into Goodra. Knowing he's going to expect the EQ I click Draco here because it's my best move to get damage on any, Azelf or Mandibuzz. And what he ends up going into is Mandibuzz. Would have been nice if I could have gotten Rocks up first, but oh well. So Draco does a lot. Again, absolute motherfuck ton because I get a crit. Without the crit, it still would have done about 60%, but this Mandibuzz would have been retrievable at 40% healthy, given I was at -2. But that crit means that not so. I'm able to just go for the Thunderbolt here. Revealing I'm not Scarf or Specs or anything, and it doesn't do much at all to this Tentacle, basically confirming the fact that I think it's specially defensive. And here is when I decide to stay in and go for Earthquake, because I don't think he's going to switch out. He thinks I'm at -2, probably fully special. Gooey means I will outspeed it next turn as well, so I go for Earthquake, and this does a huge amount of damage to Tentacle. And so what I do here, so after Black Sludge she's only about 20% health, I decided to go for the Draco Meteor because he has 2 ground immunities, none of which want to take a Draco at this point. So he goes into Azelf, I fire off a Draco, and it does a lot of damage. I think it does about 60%. Yeah, about 55 to 60%. And now I can't really stay in because he could go for Side Shock, could go for Ice Punch or something, and wreck my Goodra's life. So I switch out, basically sacking my Sableye. It's done what it needs to do, let me scout out a lot of sets, let me get chip damage on a lot of things, and between Sableye and Tentacle, I've basically worn down his entire team. So he goes into Mamoswine. I decide I don't need to recover. I just don't want him being behind a sub, so I'm just going to stay in and click Shadow Ball until he kills me. Because Sableye, again, this battle differential doesn't make a single bit of difference, so I'm just going to not let this Mamoswine get behind a sub. I'm just going to click Shadow Ball, and he goes straight for Earthquake, take me out. Unfortunately, this Mamoswine is now at a decent amount of health, which isn't great. So here I go into Celebi, because I know I outspeed, I know I can take an Ice Shard quite easily, and Energy Ball will OHKO him, so it's just going to scare him out. And I decided to go for Stealth Rocks, because it basically guarantees that Mandibuzz is dead. I also know I can kill this Tentacle from the range of HP that it's at with an Energy Ball. So basically Celebi is guaranteed 2 kills from that one move. If it's standing and going for Ice Shard, it would have been great. I think I could take 2 Ice Shards, because I do have a little bit of bulk investment in still Celebi. I'm not certain on that because it's a freaking Mamoswine, but yeah. So he goes into Infernape. I was expecting maybe a U-turn at this point. He hasn't actually shown that you can change up moves, so it could be a Scarfed U-turn or something like that. He just goes for Flamethrower. I switched in Togekiss in case maybe with Physical. I could take any hit in Physical or Special side, whereas Goodra, if I switched in and he went for Close Combat, then I was gone. So yeah, he racks up a little bit of toxic damage. I don't expect him to stay in here because I thought he would probably be Scarfed from the way he was playing it, but no, he turns out he's actually a nasty plot Infernape. I roost up, and I decide I want to try and keep my Togekiss healthy. I could have killed him there with Dazzling Gleam, but oh well. I decided Togekiss is best to keep healthy because it still shuts down Hydreigon, and it can take a hit from Mamoswine and destroy it with Norasphere still. So I go into my Goodra because if he is special, I should be able to tank its hits reasonably well, and that does a lot of damage, partly because I've lost my Assault Vest and partly because he is in Blaze range. So at this point, this is a effectively +3 Infernape, and I don't have an Assault Vest anymore. So 2 Flamethrowers are able to take me out, because I don't have any special defense investment or anything. But this Infernape goes down to Toxic, which I'm counting the Mega Sableye kill, because it's the one that got Toxic on him, even though it was Infernape itself. Anyway, here I had a bit of a decision to make. I wanted to go into one of my 2 Scarfers, and I decided to go into Nidoqueen because it can live in Earthquake from Hydreigon, whereas Darmanitan couldn't live in Earthquake / Head Smash. And if you did go into Hydreigon, then I wanted to have Nidoqueen in. If we went to anything else, I had if we went to Mamoswine, I had Togekiss in, that wouldn't be great. But yeah, so I go into my Nidoqueen hoping to get a surprise kill on maybe the Mamoswine or the Azelf with Superpower. He sacks off his Mandibuzz to the rocks, which is fine. And here he brings in Azelf, and I double check my calcs, I triple check my calcs, and I decided to stay in and go for Superpower because I don't think he's expecting me to be Scarf, and I don't think he'd bring Scarfed Azelf. I was expecting probably Life Orb or Expert Belt because it needs to be able to change up coverage to really dent my team. So I stay in and go for Superpower, it does finish it off, he brings in the Hydreigon, and now I know I can't take an Earthquake, So I decided to switch out, and this is why Rock's really important earlier as well. It was allowing me to get chip damage onto this Hydreigon. So I switch out into my Togekiss because I can take any hit that he wants to go for. Even if I have a head smash there, he would have died to recoil and I could just roost up afterwards. But he actually goes for U-turn, which does like 0 because it's an unstabbed U-turn and it's quad resisted to a physically defensive Togekiss, so yeah. He brings in Mamoswine, and at this range, Aura Sphere I think is a chance to kill because I am uninvested. He has showed there that he has speed, so he probably has speed investment over HP investment, which is kind of what I expected. But I basically decided I just can't let him get behind a sub. If he gets behind a sub, then I lose. And at this point, I don't need Togekiss to stop Hydreigon because it has to lock itself into a particular move, and Celebi can take any move from a Hydreigon, except a Crunch, which if he locks himself into Crunch, then Nidoqueen can take it, Darmanitan can take it, and they can kill it from where it's at. So he has to lock himself into something, and he can't OHKO my team with anything, so I decided to stay in, keep clicking Aura Sphere, to not let this thing get behind a sub. He goes to Icicle Spear. The only way this kills Togekiss is if he gets a high roll 5 hits, I think, with a chance to kill, maybe, if he's adamant, which I think he was. So I just go for Aura Sphere there, finish off the Mamoswine, and now he only has Hydreigon left. He can't lock himself into EQ because I still have Togekiss, he can't lock himself into Head Smash because I still have Togekiss, he can't lock himself into U-turn because that wouldn't kill anything. So basically his only choice is to go for his last move, which it turns out to be Head Smash. I decided to stay in. I could have switched out and preserved Differential, but as I said, Differential doesn't actually matter for this game. So I just stay in, let Togekiss go down because it missed too many freaking air slashes, and then Hydreigon goes down to the recoil. And that's the game, which means the North Melbourne Kangaskhans are now in Division 1 for next season. So thanks Rai for the battle. It was a good game. Sableye kind of just shat all over his team. And then, Goodra put a lot of damage on things, and then basically just cleaned up with, the rest of my ones. Darmanitan never hit the field, which is interesting because I identified it as like my primary win condition, but I didn't want to bring it in until Hydreigon was worn down a bit because Hydreigon was the only thing that could revenge kill it at that point, basically. So I just brought in Darmanitan and Clip Flare, but something died, but I never saw the opportunity to do that. I didn't need to do that, so yeah. I think that's all I have to say. This will be the end of PPL matches for the moment. When Season 3 comes around, I will be returning in Division 1, as I said. With a few new people joining. Hopefully you've all seen on Twitter that we now have Fufu, or Sam, and Frank Trode, are both joining PPL Division 1, so I get to play them, which should be interesting. I think that's all I have to say. I will be uploading a season recap probably in 2 days' time. And then you'll see an upload every 2 or 3 days from me from then on out, a couple of showdown lives, recording with other people. I've got a new game that I want to show you guys, it is so much fun. So yeah, hope you're looking forward to all that. I hope you did enjoy this little video, and I will see you in my next upload.